Dr. Kextherian stood before the assembled xenoarchaeology team, his crystalline fingers tracing patterns of confusion across his translucent forehead. As the galaxy's foremost expert on ancient civilizations, he'd been called to investigate what appeared to be another routine human archaeological dig on the planet Zirian Prime. "The humans are at it again," he muttered to his assistant, Dr. Velsana. "Disturbing sites that predate their species by millions of years, probably hoping to find primitive trinkets to study." Dr. Velsana, an ethereal being whose gaseous form flickered with amusement, drifted closer to the excavation site. "Their enthusiasm is admirable if misguided. How old do they think the civilization is?" "According to their initial reports, approximately 12 million years. Typical human overestimation, they've been in space for barely 3 centuries, yet they consistently date ancient sites as if they understand deep time." The Zirian dig site sprawled across several square kilometers, revealing the foundations of what had once been a massive city. The architecture was unlike anything in the galactic database, flowing, organic structures that seemed to have been grown rather than built, with crystalline formations that still hummed with residual energy after eons of dormancy. Dr. Kextherian approached the human team leader, Dr. Sarah Martinez, who was carefully examining a series of glyphs carved into what appeared to be a central monument. "Dr. Martinez," he began condescendingly, "I appreciate your species' interest in ancient history, but perhaps you should leave this to more experienced Dr. Kextherian," Dr. Martinez interrupted, not looking up from her work. "You might want to see this before making assumptions about our experience level." She gestured to the glyphs, which were beginning to glow as her instruments scanned them. "These symbols aren't random decorative elements. They're a mathematical progression that describes the fundamental structure of space-time itself." Dr. Kextherian examined the carvings with growing bewilderment. The mathematics were indeed sophisticated, far beyond what any known ancient civilization had achieved. But that wasn't what disturbed him. "These symbols," he said slowly, "they're similar to the notation system used in your species' most advanced theoretical physics." "Similar?" Dr. Martinez smiled, finally looking up from her work. "Dr. Kextherian, they're identical. These glyphs are written in a mathematical language that humanity has been using for over 2 centuries. The xenoarchaeologist's form flickered with confusion. "Impossible. This site predates your species by millions of years. It's obviously a coincidence, convergent mathematical evolution." His words died as the monument began to respond to Dr. Martinez's continued scanning. Ancient systems, dormant for eons, awakened with a harmony of crystalline tones. Holographic displays materialized in the air, showing star charts that depicted the galaxy as it had existed 12 million years ago. But the displays weren't in any ancient alien language. They were in perfect, modern human script. "Alert, caretaker species detected," announced a voice that spoke directly into the minds of everyone present. "Genetic authorization confirmed. Welcome home, children of Terra." Dr. Kextherian's crystalline form went completely transparent, the equivalent of a total nervous breakdown among his species. "This cannot be real. Humans are a young species. Your civilization is barely 10,000 years old." Dr. Martinez looked at him with something that might have been pity. "Dr. Kextherian, how old do you think civilization is on Earth? Your archaeological records clearly show." "Show what we wanted you to see," Dr. Martinez finished gently. "The same way the site showed us what we wanted to see until we were ready for the truth." The holographic displays shifted, now showing Earth as it had been millions of years ago. But instead of the primitive world the galactic community believed it to be, the images revealed a planet covered in the same flowing, organic architecture that surrounded them now. "Humanity didn't evolve on Earth, Dr. Kextherian. We built Earth. Just like we built the homeworlds of every spacefaring species in this galaxy." The xenoarchaeologist staggered backward, his scientific worldview crumbling. "Preposterous. The evolutionary evidence, the fossil record, all carefully constructed to support the story we needed to tell," Dr. Martinez explained. "When a species reaches a certain level of development, we adjust their understanding of history. It's easier for young civilizations to develop naturally if they believe they're exploring a universe full of equals rather than the playground of their creators." Dr. Velsana's gaseous form was cycling through colors of extreme distress. "You're claiming that humanity created our species? Not created, guided, encouraged, protected." Dr. Martinez gestured to the expanding holographic displays. now showing the development of dozens of civilizations across millions of years. We've been watching, subtly influencing, ensuring that each species develops according to its own nature, while avoiding the pitfalls that typically destroy young civilizations. The monument's voice spoke again. Galactic Civilization Development Project. Status update. Current cycle. 47 species achieving space flight. 23 species achieving interstellar communication. 12 species ready for truth revelation protocols. Caretaker involvement, minimal. Project success rate, 96.7%. Dr. Kextherian's legs gave out, and he collapsed onto a convenient piece of ancient architecture that helpfully reshaped itself to support him. How long? How long have you been deceiving us? About 12 million years, give or take, Dr. Martinez replied. Though deceiving is harsh, we prefer to think of it as allowing you to grow up without performance anxiety. The displays now showed the true scope of human civilization, not the small collection of colonies the galaxy knew about, but vast installations throughout the galaxy, ancient stations hidden in dark space, entire star systems that had been carefully cloaked for millennia. The ancient ruins that each species discovers on their homeworlds, the ones that mysteriously contain just the right technological hints to advance their development. Dr. Martinez continued. Those weren't left by vanished predecessors. They were left by us, time to be discovered exactly when each species was ready for the next leap forward. Dr. Velsanav's form had solidified into something resembling panic. The hegemony wars, the trade coalition conflicts, the various territorial disputes, all carefully managed to prevent any one species from becoming dominant enough to threaten the others, Dr. Martinez confirmed. Sometimes we had to be a bit more direct, but usually a few strategic technology leaks to the underdog species were enough to maintain balance. The monument began displaying what appeared to be performance reviews for the various galactic civilizations, complete with ratings for technological advancement, social development, and likelihood of requiring intervention. Why? Dr. Kextherian whispered. Why create this elaborate deception? Dr. Martinez sat down beside the shattered xenoarchaeologist, her expression genuinely kind. Because 12 million years ago we nearly destroyed ourselves learning how to be a spacefaring civilization. We decided that if we were going to survive as a species, we needed to make sure the galaxy became a place where intelligence could flourish without the existential threats that almost ended us. You've been parenting the entire galaxy? More like gardening. Creating the conditions for growth, protecting against threats, pruning back anything that grows too aggressively. Dr. Martinez smiled. And now several species are mature enough to know the truth. You're graduating, Dr. Kextherian. The ancient systems around them began to shift and change, revealing technology that made current galactic civilization look like stone tools. Faster-than-light communication networks that spanned the galaxy, matter converters that could reshape planets, knowledge repositories containing the accumulated wisdom of 12 million years of careful observation. What happens now? Dr. Kextherian asked, his voice small and overwhelmed. Now you get to decide if you're ready to help us tend the garden, Dr. Martinez replied. There are always new species taking their first steps into space, always young civilizations that need guidance. The question is, are you ready to be gardeners instead of flowers? Dr. Kextherian looked around at the revelation that his entire understanding of galactic history had been wrong, that his species owed their existence to humanity's patient care, that everything he believed about ancient civilizations was actually about a young species that was older than time itself. Will other species learn the truth? When they're ready. Some never are, and that's okay too. There's no shame in being a flower in the garden, Dr. Kextherian. The garden exists for the flowers. As the ancient Xerian city began to fully awaken around them, revealing itself as one of thousands of human installations scattered throughout the galaxy, Dr. Kextherian realized that the greatest archaeological discovery in galactic history wasn't the ruins of an ancient civilization. It was the revelation that the gardeners had been there all along, patiently tending their charges until they were ready to learn that growing up was just the first step in an even grander journey.